whatever happened to Barabbas?
He became Barnabas. It is typical in the scriptures when someone makes covenants with God that they add a letter to their name, like Abram to Abraham, Paul and Saul, for example. So suddenly after the resurrection, there's this apostle Barnabas. All we know about him is he's a Levite from Cyprus. His first introduction is in the book of Acts, when he is the only one standing up for Paul, who had been Saul, the orchestrator of many Christian murders. So everybody else was hesitant to befriend Paul, but Barnabas and Paul become missionary companions and they travel together. That kind of display of compassion to me says one thing, that he has been shown that kind of compassion. In older Bibles, Barabbas has the first name Jesus, which was a common name like Joshua back in the day. It was later removed to avoid tainting the name of Jesus Christ. And what is the first name of Barnabas? It's recorded as Joseph, which is awfully close if you ask me. And most likely, he was in trouble in the first place for being a Jewish freedom fighter against the Romans. It might be like the least compelling proof, but finally, what's the biggest proof to me is how it sounds when you read the Epistles of Barnabas. I've never read scriptures where the love of Jesus Christ is so personal and deep and obvious and heartfelt, and it leaps off the page. How I stumbled upon this theory is I thought I was reading the Epistles of Barabbas, and it was only later that I realized it's Barnabas. He approaches the gospel in an extremely deep way. He unfolds parables the way I've never otherwise read and explains their deeper meanings, and I'll make videos about that because it's pretty cool. And otherwise, you can just tell he is obsessed with Jesus Christ and can think of nothing else. And if you can even imagine being in his position where you were on the chopping block and now you're not because of Jesus Christ, anybody that's ever had anybody die for them can probably attest to the obsession that follows with that person. So I'm actually extremely surprised that when I Googled trying to see if anybody else had this theory, that I couldn't find it anywhere else on the internet.